Welcome back to Bean Talk, everybody. It's the same people as always. Andres, Larson, and Gerardo, and I. We're going to be talking about why California sucks. All right.
It's kind of hypocritical because we live in California.
I know.
But there's nothing we can do to change that
I
at
know.
the moment.
Yeah, like
You guys are all minors.
Yeah, I'm 17. What am I going to do? Move to Utah, Texas, get a job? I still need to go to college, man. I'm thinking maybe I should go to, like, I'm gonna study out of state. Maybe I'm gonna go to Utah to study. I don't know, somewhere, and then I'm gonna make a living somewhere else, and I'm gonna leave California.
I like waffles.
Eventually, not yet. I am a minor and I can't do anything.
On
by
the
myself.
topic of waffles, I had a Belgian waffle the other day. It was delicious.
What's a Belgian waffle?
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
what is
since we're talking about leaving California, we should go to Belgium.
Let's do
They
it.
have delicious waffles.
They have hot chicks in Germany.
Hey, so that's
Belgium,
wrong country.
yeah, Belgium
Yeah.
and Germany.
Yeah,
Oh
are
yeah.
different.
So, but Mario, why, Mario, what prompted you to want to talk about this today?
Well, honestly, I've been to downtown a couple of times and I seen how polluted and how bad the streets are, and I'm like, wow, this is the city we live in, LA. It's with a bunch of homeless people, around 60,000 homeless people, and in all of California, I think that's the number.
I think it's all in
And
LA.
like they have mental illness, and just right now we went to Winter Schnitzel's to go get food, and we saw this homeless lady just like speaking gibberish. She was on crack or something. I don't know, man. She was just crazy, man.
I refuse to go to Winter Schnitzel again.
It's
Not
like
because
full
of that homeless lady.
we live in like a small city, and like all the main like fast food restaurants are like in this main street. Jack in the Box, Winter Schnitzel's, and like Pizza Hut and like gas stations. It's full of like just homeless people and like potheads and crackheads, and and you find a needle or two eventually sometimes, and it's just bad everywhere. Like everywhere you go, there's homeless people. Even in the nice places, sometimes you see them. Sometimes it's
Yeah, I see
rare.
them a lot around San Pedro too.
Now, is this unique to where we live, or is this all of California? For instance, if you went up to like Mono County, or if you went to like something like, up in, say, if you went to Monte Rio up in Northern California, would you have this? Do you think the same problems up there? Like, is this all? California is a really big state.
It is.
So is the problem maybe just Los Angeles, or is the problem all of
I
California?
think it's the major cities. Like OC probably has its problems. I've never been there.
No, San Diego has its
but
problems too.
LA is just trash, man. It's like a literal trash. Like it's like a bucket of
The
trash.
epicenter.
Yes.
the
I
epicenter.
think LA is a bit overrated. I'm not gonna lie.
But why do you say so?
Because if you think about it, a lot of people, like for example, I went on Omegle the other day and I played a game with them, and I was like, "Yep, what state you come from, and what's the biggest city in your state?" And a lot of them are like, "Oh, I came from New York, and the biggest state we have is no, the biggest city we have is New York City, or from Florida, the biggest state is Orlando." And when I tell them where I'm from, I'm like, "Oh, I'm from California. Our biggest city is Los Angeles." And they're like, "Oh my God, Los Angeles? Have you met Charlie D'Amelio? Have you met Kendrick? Have you met all these famous people?" And I tell them nice and proudly, "No,
They live mostly in like the nice.
the
places.
nicer, but even in the nicer is
West
homeless
Hollywood
people."
or
Which is
something.
interesting.
I've met Wee Man.
Who's Wee Man?
I've seen him skating before.
Yeah, he skates a lot here because
Yeah,
he can come during school hours, and then most people won't recognize him, so he likes to come chill at the skate park.
that's hilarious.
Nice.
But
Um,
yeah.
It's interesting though, because like, well, first I want to, before I say what I'm going to say, what video did you have us watch? You going to talk about that?
Oh yeah. Well, I made you guys watch. Well, I didn't make you. It was your choice. But
He made us.
He made us.
No, I know I didn't. I just suggested it. And like everybody was into it. I was looking around. Everybody was so intensely watching the video.
We
Yeah,
were.
come on,
No,
now.
it was
It's not like I
interesting.
got
but-
paid or
but
anything.
Tell us about the video.
Oh well, man.
Oh,
We're gonna have
are
to
you
cut the
serious?
video.
video.
No, you just bleep it out.
Are you serious?
Just bleep it out, man.
I don't have that
He said shoot.
capacity.
Andres could do it.
Okay, I'll just mute it.
Fine.
Careful.
Okay. Yeah.
Bad boy.
I guess. Okay. I made you watch.
Now we went like on a whole tangent.
So anyways, okay.
Ben Shapiro.
Okay, Ben Shapiro.
He's gonna leave. I don't know if he left already. I think he's leaving California,
Mhm.
and he's taking 75 jobs with him, and he makes millions of dollars.
He's taking his whole company.
Yes, to where again? I forgot.
Tennessee.
Going to Nashville.
Tennessee.
Nashville.
Joe Rogan also left recently,
Yes.
As did Elon Musk.
as did Elon Musk.
That's
So, but I'm curious, like, so how did you discover that video? Number one, number two, why do you agree with him?
I discovered I usually watch them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I usually watch like opinions from the left and from the right to
Yeah.
see to like make my own, and I watch them sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And
Who, if you don't mind me asking, who do you watch from the left?
honestly, I don't really watch any from. I just watch like their news, like the news.
BuzzFeed.
CNN.
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed
Oh,
is the worst, regardless of political
TYT,
parties.
Young Turks is another left one.
I don't like the Young Turks either.
I never heard
Probably
of
like
them.
CNN.
I
and,
know.
like,
Frankly, I don't even know why they have that name because the Young Turks were not a good people.
No.
Like, they were a movement in Turkey at the turn of the last century.
You know
early
where I get
1900s,
most
and
of my
they
things
they
from the
were,
left?
pretty reprehensible people. But anyways,
Yeah, I don't like Cenk.
Twitter.
Twitter.
It's
cancel
a
culture.
really good place to find opinions from the left.
Dude,
That counts for anybody for anything.
I
like-
stopped going on Twitter. It's too toxic on
No,
there.
let me tell you a quick story before
The
we get back on
cancel
topic.
culture is toxic. in
Exactly. But
itself.
let me tell you a quick story. Right. This is one TikToker, right? His name is Willy Wonka, right? And
Wonka.
yeah, someone told him, hey, say something in Spanish. And he's like, hola, mi nombre es Willy Wonka. And he had a salsa chip. Seems innocent, right? Seems innocent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Twitter thought it was like a full racial slur. They took it to an offense. They called him a racist. They tried to cancel him, but of course it's Willy Wonka. How are you gonna cancel Willy Wonka?
Can't cancel Willy Wonka.
Yeah, he enslaves Oompa Loompas and kills little
Nice.
kids, and he gets away with it. How are you gonna get mad? Come on, it's like EDP. Alright, it's like EDP.
What's
Anyways,
EDP?
It's
well,
a,
so anyways,
eat that blank.
Oh,
so but back to what you were saying. So okay, so you obviously you're a fan of Ben Shapiro more or less. That's how you discovered the video.
Yeah.
And so why do you agree with him?
Because there are valid points that I see all the time. Basically, like California being overrun by homeless people, and like the rent control is absolutely just bad, like in most cities. And
It's also
yeah,
getting
it's
pretty
just
lit.
something I could see that's happening in our city, and I agree with it because I see it happening. It's not something that he's just making up, and
And
I agree with it.
do you intend to try and leave?
Eventually,
Obviously,
at
you're
one point.
17 years old, and so.
Yeah.
But if you could, would you?
If I could, if I had the financial freedom, or like if I had the financials, I would definitely move. This is a great this is a great state. The weather's amazing. They have amazing tourist attraction. You could go. You could go so many places. There's amazing places to eat.
Mhm.
There's so many sceneries. It's amazing. But
got the Staples Center, the LA Convention Center. Everything happens here.
You got the forest. We don't talk
Yes.
about the fires though. Just
We
the
have the
forest.
forest. We have mountains.
No, we don't have
beaches.
forests no
I
more.
went to the
That-
gender reveal
Oh.
parties.
Oh my god. Hey, remember like a couple years ago we didn't know what water was?
Oh yes.
That drought. Oh my
remember
god.
one
But when it
time-
rains, it rains.
Oh,
We went on a field trip for the Boys and Girls Club. We went to Texas. It was for the teen. Was it Teen Summit? No, it was
senior retreat, I think.
it was what's it called? The Keystone. What's the Keystone? It's a big Keystone trip. We went to Texas and we stayed at the Omni Hotel. And then in my head, I was like, Texas is not in a drought, so we left the faucet on the whole time. I don't know. They're not in a drought. It felt good leaving the faucet on. I took a long shower. It was a great 4 days.
Oh my goodness.
I remember doing something similar in Louisville. I'm like taking
feel-
long showers, not feeling guilty about it.
I did the same thing
I'ma
in
wash my
Mexico and I
car,
got
leave the
whooped
hose
for it.
on.
You know?
It must be nice.
Yeah.
Leave the water on while brushing your teeth.
Anyways, but what do you think?
Well, no. This is the
What do you
interesting
guys
thing. Is
think?
I certainly agree with that California is going in a direction maybe I don't like. But I don't see how bad it is. I mean, granted, I do recognize that there's homelessness. In fact, my church, we go and we spend time with the homeless. And I've been to downtown LA and I've seen the tent cities. And Ben Shapiro talks about the neighborhood he lives in and how bad it is, even if it's a nice neighborhood. And I'm like, well, there's like nicer parts of LA apparently, because for instance, if you guys went up to Palos Verdes
Yeah.
or Rolling Hills Estates, like they're clean,
Beverly
it's
Hills.
safe, it's not bad up there. And even parts of San Pedro are perfectly fine. And so granted, it's a distant corner of LA, and if you live in PV, you're driving like if you live in if you work in Hollywood, well, let's just assume that his studios somewhere in the media center, so Hollywood, Burbank, that area, Burbank, or maybe Culver City, somewhere in that area, northwestern LA. So that'd be like a 30 to 45-minute commute with no traffic. So I can understand it's like a far distance, but I don't know. I feel like this corner of LA, that's not as apparent. I've also just been purposely avoiding the news, and so maybe I just don't know better. But like, it seems a bit. My opinion about it is it seems a bit alarmist, but also at the same time, I also am like, well, maybe I don't know better, and maybe I ought to get out of Dodge too, because I've been thinking about wanting to leave the state anyhow. I mean, I've thought about it. I haven't really acted on it or put any feet on it, but I've contemplated it, and I don't know, maybe now's the time. But also, here's also my other opinion. I would hope that those of us who decide to stay, if we wait long enough people will leave and things will actually kind of get better because of it. In other words, like, let's just say like,
Yeah, I was thinking.
let's just say like, 20% of the California population leaves, which would be, I don't know, that's what's it, 1/5 of 4, that's like 8 million people. So 8 million people leave the state. So maybe then housing prices will come down because there won't be so much, because supply and demand. The reason why it costs it's so expensive to live here, obviously the taxes, but the taxes wouldn't be so bad if you weren't paying $1,500 a month for a studio apartment, and that's probably cheap for a studio apartment. And so maybe perhaps if there's less people around, there's less competition for housing, so the prices go down. Wouldn't be a bad thing. But then I don't know. It's maybe then all the civil people. I mean, because I get the idea like Ben Shapiro and actually I don't know Joe Rogan's reasoning, but I imagine like he's probably thinking to himself like all the civil people are, well, that's like what he said. He said like the last sane person to leave turned the lights out. So it's like, in other words, he's like implying that like only the civil people are leaving, so everybody who's left behind are all the crazy people. And so then maybe I don't want to live in a state full of crazy people. But that's assuming that like what he's saying is. But yeah, that's my opinion.
But he also said that that also people that can afford will also be able to leave the state, and people that aren't
The lower middle class.
wouldn't be able to.
I got something to say about this. So we have a big homeless issue, but I don't really experience that homeless issue that much. I don't really notice it as much. But you wanna know what I do notice
So
though?
you didn't go to Winter Snitchels?
No. That's only one. All right, that's only one.
Bro, I see that every day.
No. Hear me out. Hear
Yeah,
me
it's
out. Hear
gotten
me out.
bad.
No, hear me out. What I do notice though is the drug and crime increase. That's what I do notice.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I hardly
think about-
noticed that.
because
Actually, like a month ago, there
No,
was like
because
a
here,
helicopter
think about it like this.
roaming
All right,
around. Someone
in the
got
time of
shot.
Corona, we don't go outside. I barely go outside, so I don't really notice it that much. But that's just me. Right? But what I do notice is in the middle of the night in the alley, I hear somebody screaming their butt off. Right?
Yes.
They're screaming, and then other nights I'll hear helicopters flying above my house, and then other nights I'll hear gunshots. So it's I don't really notice this homeless issues because other issues are popping out. They're like they're overshadowing the homeless issue. I think the other month, some teenager got shut up, and the same thing. I think last year, someone at Banning, he was
Oh, yeah.
graduating, he got shut up and died
Right next to the school, literally right next
right
to the
next to
school.
the school. And then I think this year, no, last school year, a 16-year-old got shut up and died.
I think no, and then like 4 years ago when I was I was a freshman in high school, another person got shot right in front
Yeah,
of the
and then,
stoplight
like-
right next to our school, and it was a senior. And yeah,
And then I don't know if you guys know the area Wilhaw.
Yeah.
You guys know Wilhaw?
Yeah, I live right
Four
next.
people,
like 2
four
blocks away
people
from it.
died. What I know is that 4 people died in the last couple months.
That's crazy.
Wanna know why?
Not that bad,
Gang
though,
violence.
compared to other cities, but
Well,
it's still
compared to
bad.
other cities, but it's like I've heard countless people say Wilmington is like the Compton for the Hispanic communities. And as much as I want to believe that, I don't want to believe that at the same time because I've seen worse cities, but by the looks of it, we're turning that. We're becoming that. And the only reason we don't have that is because we have PCH. You know? We have PCH where all these big companies are. Well, not big companies, but decent companies. You know?
Port the Harbor.
Yeah. We're part of the harbor, and that's why we haven't become so terrible. Because if we become terrible, then the port becomes terrible. The whole entire community becomes terrible. But by the looks of it, we're going downhill.
I feel like violence has actually gone down since I was in like middle school. I remember when I was around middle school, early elementary, it was really bad.
Oh yeah.
You're older than me, so how was it?
And Well, I mean, I guess it is more anecdotal too because I've had like people shot like right in front of my house, and I had like police would come in, like every like not too
Oh.
often, but every like few years you'd have like police coming in and knocking on your door asking questions of this and that. Um, but yeah, and even before that, I've heard stories of like bigger like riots and like race relation stuff
Oh,
at
yeah.
banning. And it feels like lately the violence has gone down. I don't see too many cholos walking around or
4 years ago, like in one single year, like both of my neighbors got swatted. Like,
they got swatted.
yes.
Oh, they did have like a big drug takeover at one of the tire shops on Avalon.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the tire. It was like a whole like a whole racket back in the back type of deal. It was crazy.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. I mean, that's bad.
Well, it's cool that they took it down. Like the police came and figured out everything, but
I like imagine it like in the movies. or
You know, there's
something.
there's a reason why my parents don't want me to go to banding. That's why I go to other school. It's because like, you know, they've been living there longer since like before the 2000s, maybe like 19 something. That's when my parents immigrated here.
mm-hmm.
And when they came here, they experienced so much violence, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't want my son to go to the school. I don't want my son to go to banding because they have such a bad relations or bad experiences."
It's definitely not as bad as it used to, but I
Oh, yeah, of
understand
course.
where they're coming from. It used to have
Yeah, but it's
their
like
problems.
I noticed I have noticed though it has decreased, but it's still a
And the
big
school
problem.
problem,
But
yeah.
I mean, as long if you're a resident from Wilmington, you basically know at this point where to go, where not to go, and what times to go and what time not to go.
Mhm.
Like for example, Harvard College, you don't go there at night.
Nope.
You don't because I don't know if you guys know the tunnels there, but I think somewhere around 6 to 10, there's always drug addicts sleeping in the tunnels.
I used to go there at night all the time for Pokemon Go.
Nice.
I never ran into
Yeah.
them.
Oh, I would close up. I used to work in the music department there, and I'd close the music building up, and I'd be like leaving the campus like 10 p.m.
Well, that's what I noticed. I don't know
Oh.
about you guys, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
funny because
noticed.
it's like that little. Because I always notice like that. When I started going to Harvard College, it was like Wilmington's not that bad, and then actually when I started coming to work in here, I was like, hey, well, it's not that bad. I've actually considered moving here. I mean, like I get an apartment, not like build a house here,
Right,
but like.
right.
But now that I hear you guys talking, I'm like, what? I mean, obviously, am I just a
I've-
night?
No, but it's
there's
like, for
like
not
any
years of
white boy
experience.
from Pedro who doesn't know any better.
like
but
like any city, it has its nice places. I live like in the new projects that they just built, and it's nice. It's mostly peaceful. Yeah, like there's like you don't see any homeless, and there's like nice and like, but then like 2 blocks or 3 blocks away is like Woha Park, and like that's where people get shot. So like.
Yeah, it's basically
Like it's
Wilmington
like
has
it
the-
depends like where you at like,
like a
and at the
district.
same
like any
time,
city or state.
it's kind of like it depends on your own actions, right? And who you associate with. I feel like you have to like really put yourself out there, and like it's really just gang violence, like gang on gang stuff. I don't think they ever really shoot innocent people, at least on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
a lot of
Okay.
hate crimes. I got like a month ago I got thrown an egg at for no reason. Yeah, for no reason.
where?
By my aunt's house is by crap what street is that? The street right next, like where like you head into Banning, like towards like the main.
I forget what it's called. Not Avalon. The other one?
It's like by the McDonald's.
Not
Literally.
McDonald's? Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what that's.
Like the McDonald's and the restaurant, the Mexican restaurant.
Anyways, yeah, that
Anyways,
street you got thrown an egg at.
I got
Yeah,
thrown
like,
an egg.
speaking of hate crimes,
I was just putting in my dad's
My
my
car
dad's
got egged
chair
once.
in the car, man. Like what the heck?
I wasn't even parked at home. It wasn't Halloween. My car got egged. It's like, damn, I'm sorry. I had to go wash it. It was pretty sad.
Almost hit me in the head.
I felt personally attacked.
Anyways, today's gonna be a short podcast because we started late. We procrastinated.
But also because we're running out of space on SoundCloud.
We are
SoundCloud limits how much you can upload.
really.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So
We'll just keep starting new SoundClouds.
But it's okay. We'll continue to upload on YouTube. But I think it's just like unless an older episode's really popular, we'll just delete like the oldest episode when we run out of space.
wait. So how much space do we have? How much space do we have?
I don't know. I think we have like
I think I'm gonna pay for premium then.
I don't know, like 30% more space. I don't know. We probably could upload a couple more episodes.
Dress.
What's up?
Pay for premium.
You want me to pay for premium? Okay.
Anyways, this has been Bean Talk. I think this is
Oh,
one
we're
of the
ending
most.
right now?
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't want to talk about anything else?
Well,
we
it-
actually didn't hear Andres' opinion
Oh
about the
yeah,
video.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about. It's because we have a short
Well,
podcast. I don't know
I
when
have
you
a
want to
question
end
for you,
it.
Andres.
We're okay.
Like, let me
if
know,
I-
let me
If
know.
I have to edit it during the week, it's fine.
All right, then just let me know if it's.
Yeah, I have a question for you,
prolonging too long.
Andres.
Yeah.
So I think we've all been called. I think everyone in here has been called a racial slur once. Have you ever been called a racial slur?
Have I been called a racial slur?
Yeah.
Like jokingly by like a friend or like
no,
an
no,
actual?
no, like an actual, because like we can get called racial slurs by our friends because it's
Right.
dark humor. Or humor.
No, I don't think.
Call us
Like,
basic,
I
I don't
went
care.
to Dodson Middle School, which is a pretty mixed community.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we had
Dodson.
friends of all different races, and we would make racial jokes against each other. But it was never mean spirited. I never been called a racial slur in like in a negative,
Yeah, I
like
remember-
meant to insult me and hurt me. I never no.
I got called one by a drug addict, and then I looked at him and
I
I'm
don't
like,
count drug addicts.
yeah, no, I count drug, and I count homeless people because like they call me a racial slur, and I look at them I'm like, wait, aren't you one? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey man,
I don't
know
I'm
what you're
Dutch
talking about.
Irish.
I don't know where I came
I'm from Mars.
from.
Yeah,
Anyways,
because they
what's
call me
your
an alien.
opinion on this?
On the whole moving out of California,
Yeah, or it's just
Um,
how bad it is, or the state of our state.
I mean, if I had the means to, if I was in a point in my life where I could move out, I would. I've been to Texas before, like I mentioned earlier. Even the air quality was just so much better. I'm sure if I move up north to California, I'll find that same air quality. But it was nice. Gas and all that was cheaper. Yeah.
We live right next to the refinery, so our air is really bad. Really, like right next.
I think I just want to move out of Wilmington.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. But I can't afford it, so I'm not going to. But it's
What
not too
Carson?
bad.
You come to Pedro. Pedro's pretty cheap.
Pedro's pretty cheap.
You
Yeah, my
get-
brother, he moved to Pedro recently. He lives over there.
Carson's
Yeah,
pretty
and
cheap.
Pedro's got some pollution too, but we're closer to the ocean, so you get more of that. The breeze blows away a lot of it.
Right.
We get screwed by the ships.
Yeah, you
and
know what?
the-
Maybe
and the
I would
factories.
move to Pedro.
Yeah, I want to move out soon, just like within a couple cities. I'm tired of living at home.
You know what's a really good? You know what's a really good city? Oceanside and Riverside.
Never been there.
Oceanside and Riverside.
No, Ocean something. No, it's like Ocean something. It's
But
on,
yeah,
on the
Yeah,
side.
there's an ocean side. It's down south. Yeah.
Yeah, it's down south. Yeah, called Oceanside. I've been there before. Really nice area. I like it. Yeah, but that's if I have the money for it. And then Riverside is also I heard. I was,
Yeah,
I was
you
on
can't-
Willows.
You
It's
can't.
cheap.
Well, affordability is one thing, but then also if there's jobs.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if there's jobs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one of the big questions. Is one of the big reasons why people live in LA is because there's jobs.
Jobs.
And address.
The whole media.
So I guess you could move to Pedro because your job is like right next. Like
I can move to Pedro. I can move to like Carson or something, but I don't really see the point in that. Like, why move? Like just right across the street, and then just do the same job, do the same thing. Yeah, and I feel a lot of the whole how Ben Shapiro was referring to how everyone's crazy, going crazy, and the policies are all horrible. I feel like that's only really alive, and you can feel that online. I feel like because a lot of our social life, especially now during the COVID, has moved to an online presence, right? You keep up with all your friends and stuff online, and I feel like it's just way more toxic, and so it seems a lot worse. Like the political disconnect and that big like the whole identity politics and everybody arguing. Like you only really find that online if you talk to, because I consider myself more right wing, like a Republican, and if I talk to a Democrat that I know in person, we're able to find common ground for the most part. We can have a civilized discussion. It's only when you go online on the internet that you see all these people just
people
berating
get
each
more
other.
gutsy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a vocal minority that is kind of making LA and California seem as bad as it is. Yeah.
Ever
That's my
notice
stance, I
our
suppose.
personality changes when we're online?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird.
Because you have the anonymity. Did I pronounce that right?
I don't even know.
Like if you want to be anonymous, you could do that online. You can just say whatever you want and it'll just throw it into the void and probably it might not come back to you if you're smart. If you're dumb and you post pictures of yourself doing illegal things on your Instagram
Oh
and
my
then you try to get
gosh.
a job. you
You've
get
been
arrested.
drifting,
I've been drifting. No, I never posted any of that online.
so you have.
Of course. Not illegally.
Do you post getting rubber in all 5 gears?
Not 4 gears. The fifth one I can't get rubber in the fifth one. Actually, I just got a flat tire, so I need to go do that.
I'll replace your tire.
You replace my tire.
Yeah.
I want to buy. I feel like this is the perfect chance for me to actually buy wheels now. I've been meaning to buy wheels for.
Yeah,
for
you've
a
been like.
while. Yeah.
It's been like months.
But
man.
it's like it's a lot of money, dude. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fix my bike. Speaking of which, are we gonna do the bike
Sure.
series?
Oh
We should
yeah,
start that.
tomorrow. I mean tomorrow.
Can we
Next
do that
Friday?
next Friday?
Sure,
I will
if, yeah,
bring
you
my
guys wanna
bike.
do it. It's up to you. I mean, I know you
I
also
can bring
want to
my
interview
bike
a
too.
businessman.
Oh yeah. What should I do first?
I say we do the bike first.
No, I'll do the businessman first.
There you go.
Get the complication.
In that case, I'm gonna fix my bike on my own because that's kind of a pressing matter.
You can just bring it anyways. We can fix it.
Nice.
You know what? Okay, fine. Let's do the bike first.
We can do both.
Yeah.
I got a bike.
Dude,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
here,
we could do both in the same day.
I'm here for 6 hours on a Friday.
Okay, then yeah, we could do both.
Yeah.
Just start early. Teach us how
Yeah,
to fix our bike.
And that's actually how the pro, well, maybe not the podcasters who do current events obviously don't do this, but the podcasters who are just doing like episodes, like they're doing like interviews or whatever, or
Mhm.
just like self help or fill in the blank. They actually record a whole bunch of episodes and let them out slowly.
Yeah, that's smart.
It just like, and the same goes for YouTubers. Like they'll
Mhm.
they'll record like 20 episodes and then like within a couple of days or weeks or whatever, and then they let them out like one at a time.
I know they do that
But
before
if
they
you're
go on
current-
vacation.
But if you're doing current events, then obviously you're
You
trying to
gotta
do it as
stay
soon as
on it.
possible and this is more current event.
Yeah. Hey, Gerardo, you know that Andres didn't know who David Dobrik was?
To be honest with you, I didn't know who David Dobrik was either until
is
like
that the
last
Who cares
Christmas.
about
Is this a
David
Twitter guy?
Dobrik? Like, okay,
Until,
I
like,
follow
last
your
Christmas, I
favorite
didn't know about him.
vlogger.
No,
All
but like, how do
vloggers
you
are
not
the
know
same.
him?
They
I
all
don't know
got
who
their
that
little
is.
clickbait titles.
No, not him. He's crazy. Like the stuff he does. It's
Oh,
crazy.
Jack Dorsey is
Everyone-
the Twitter guy. Who's David Dobrik?
I don't know. I only
Logan
found him
Paul's
out
He's
like
He's
last
mostly
last
known
year.
for giving
now.
away Teslas. He's probably giving away over 50 Teslas.
Oh no, I think I know. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's like Logan Paul. It's just like this rambunctious guy. On
Yeah,
a
but most of his minnows.
I kind of, but he doesn't make fun of people that committed suicide. So
Oh,
I'm sorry, that thing's like 2 years
Wait,
old.
why
I'm
Did
did
you
sorry.
guys
you, why
hear
did you bring that up,
Logan
man?
Paul
I'm
might
sorry.
fight
I had
Mayweather.
to.
Oh, I know, dude. That would be amazing.
Dude.
If he
That
watches
would
this,
be
I'm sorry.
amazing. Getting his ass kicked.
But Logan
him.
Paul is a lot bigger than me. Imagine Mayweather's like first loss is to Logan Paul.
Dude,
Oh my
that
God.
can't happen.
That would be amazing.
I
But
was
he lost
kinda-
against KSI. Come on, man.
But KSI, they're about the same size. KSI is a big dude.
I know, but
But then Floyd Mayweather is the best
he has,
boxer of
he
like
has
all
fit.
time.
Like, come on, like
Really?
Arguably, at
he has
least.
so
he's
much
better than
experience.
Muhammad Ali.
Arguably the greatest. He's in the
But,
conversation.
Wow.
But I mean, in my books, like whoever lost in that fight, I forgot who lost. Was it who lost? Logan Paul or KSI?
Logan Paul lost.
But in my book,
The first one was
they're
a
both
draw.
winners because think about
Yes.
it, they got our attention, and since they got our attention, they got money out of it.
I
Of course
didn't
they
care.
got a
I
lot
didn't
of money.
care.
Doesn't matter who
I,
wins or loses.
I didn't care. But if it's Mayweather and Logan Paul, that would be amazing. Like
Ooh.
like
Conor McGregor.
freaking YouTuber, man,
Oh, my
fighting like a professional boxer. Like he used his influence to get into like the boxing business. That's just crazy. That's just amazing, honestly. That would be interesting. Not another YouTuber fight boxing. That's just dumb. But
I want to see Logan Paul fight the Cash Me Outside girl.
Wow. She got a record deal, and her artist name was like Bad Baby or something.
Bad
like that.
Baby.
It was like misspelled.
Gucci flip flops.
Yeah, but I don't.
That's a good song.
I
don't
saw the
think
gay
she's-
version of that.
lyrical.
Is she on the scene anymore, or she like disappear?
She's there. She's
The
there.
last song I remember coming out was Gucci flip flop, or yeah, that one. She made a song with Meg The Stallion.
I don't know who that is.
Meg
Meg
Thee
Thee Stallion-
Stallion
is that
is
the-
one.
Is that a horse?
Is she on WAP? She's on WAP, right?
Yeah, she's on WAP.
Yeah.
She's on the
So
song WAP. I'll show you after.
That's
So-
a wet. Anyways, I think this is the best podcast we have recorded.
you
Okay.
think so?
Yeah, even though it's might
You
be
know
a
the
short
bleep
one.
part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, we don't
I
talk
got
about
over.
that.
I got carried away. Okay. I'm only human. I try not to cuss.
Maybe.
It's a sin.
You saying not trying to cuss is like me saying that Claire is gonna be my wife. It's just not gonna happen, man.
Wow.
All right.
Come on, now.
Hey, can we take a second to appreciate Mario's new glasses?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, Mario.
Dude, I love these glasses. Dude, these are amazing. The frame is like it blocks the blue light from your smartphone or computer.
Oh.
Dude,
The gamer glasses.
I qualified for and they're my prescription, so even better.
you can see now.
I qualified for two. I had glasses. I just got new ones,
Except
but
you
I
broke it.
qualified for 2-day delivery shipping. It was amazing, dude. It was only $83. Like originally the frames costed only $35. but because of the blue light, it costs like 65 plus tax. Crazy.
It's too bad this glasses company isn't your sponsor.
80, dude. I love, dude. If in the future,
Raid
if
Shadow Legends.
That's not
if
our
I
sponsor.
get big, I would highly. Well, I actually no. I highly recommend you to check them out. It's idirect.com. Amazing. They have great frames, great quality. And like
Not
it's just
sponsored.
amazing, and it's cheap. Like it's just so convenient, man. I love it. So in the future, iDirect. Come on.
So what do they call it?
Not an
iDirect.
ad.
So
.com.
iDirect. If you want to make a donation to the Wilmington Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, that would be amazing too.
Oh, that would also yeah, you keep us running.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Yeah,
if you want to sponsor
especially
me,
when all the taxpayers leave the state,
Oh god.
like Ben Shapiro
Wink,
and Elon
wink.
Musk.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, did you guys hear?
Am I supposed to
Trump
work
only
at
Trump only pays like $700 per tax for like every year per tax. I heard about. I was like, wait, really? Like, damn.
What?
Yeah, apparently the vice president said like Trump only paid like a couple $100 on tax
bruh.
per year. It's
That's
like,
like
yo, chill.
A week
I
old.
heard that was like a
Yeah.
misinterpreted, or was this something else? Was this separate?
I don't even know, but that's
no,
what
but
I heard.
think about it, man.
But it's Twitter,
you're
so-
a millionaire. Do you want to really pay like millions or thousands of dollars?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but
I
he
don't
has a
think
point-
so.
he
I
has
would
a
take
point.
advantage of the law and not pay that much. Would you do it, Larson, or am I just being a bad person?
No, you're a bad person
you
in
know,
general.
the
Don't
go
worry.
back and forth is like I obviously the tax system has created loopholes, and it's not illegal to exploit them. It's kind of like I'm not gonna say unethical. It's not unethical, but it's untactful, because the idea is like you should give back to the society that has given you so much. I mean, like, Jeff Bezos has done a really good job, and he's a brilliant man and built a very good business, but his business wouldn't have any money if we weren't buying from him.
Sure,
And
sure.
so it's like, we
Fix my potholes.
we have made his life possible, and so it's like he should pay taxes. It's just like what you do. It's I'm not going to go so far as to say like he should tax him 90% or whatever.
No, yeah, no.
Distribute all his wealth, but like he should be in gratitude that he was part of a society that gave him the possibility to make so much wealth. He should give back. And
That's true.
that's kind of my opinion. I don't like paying taxes. I don't make much money, and so it's like
I don't think anyone does.
And in
yeah, and
California,
it's
Yeah.
but at
I
the
don't
same
even
at
like
the same
having
time,
a government.
taxes are there because government needs it. And just to put a Christian perspective on it, Jesus says, render to Caesar that which is Caesar's. And so
yes.
honestly, I think because there's things that are more important than money in this world, and there's always ways around it. And so like if you have to pay taxes, you'll figure out how to make it work. But then of course we also live in a country that allows you to move states. So if you're sick of California taxes, then go to a different state. Or if you're a million billionaire and you are sick of paying taxes, then get some expensive lawyer who can, find all the loopholes.
Just go to law school.
Buy an island.
Buy an island, yeah.
So
Or
this
send
weird
it all
shit-
to, I don't know. Okay, so, anybody else want to talk about anything, or should we
You
call
want
it
to
a
silence
day?
your phone?
That's a really
Sorry,
You want
nice
to silence your
ringtone.
phone during the podcast, dude? What the heck is wrong?
Dude,
with you?
wrong with
The
you?
radio came on during the
Where's your
podcast too.
class? Have some tact.
Bro, my mom's gonna call me, and I don't know when she's gonna be here. So
I don't vibrate.
you're right. You have all. I don't know, man. Well, this has been Bean Talk. I'm about to leave. My mom usually picks me around at 6. It's currently 5:31.
Don't we close at 6?
I do.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been Bean Talk. Thank you for listening, and I think we're getting really good at this. I'm more comfortable. Dress is more comfortable. Gerardo's being less annoying.
I don't know what you're
Larson,
talking
you're
about.
amazing
True. He
since
wasn't
day
as bad
one.
today.
Thank you.
You're always amazing. And
Appreciate
thank
that.
you for
I
supporting me.
hope
in
I'm
this.
not talking as much as I used to.
Shout
Yeah,
out
yeah,
to
I'll probably work on that a
Uncle
little bit,
Larson.
but not
Hey,
today.
we
You're
got
all,
that.
but anyways, you're still amazing. You do a really good job.
There's
with this.
2.
Anyways, this has
tracks.
been Bean Talk. Thank you, and I direct. If you're listening, please watch this. There's a future potential. Anyways, thank you. This has been Bean Talk. See you next time.